This is Music with Mason here, still at Skylark. This time, I'm with Diezeleater. How are you guys doing today?
Awesome.
Good.
Great. Awesome.
Fantastic.
Very excited.
This is your first time at Skylark?
Yeah, sure is.
What do you like about the venue so far?
It's got some godly vibes for some very ungodly tunes.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys are based out of Des Moines as well, and you guys are in love with death metal and metal.
Yes.
This is true. Yeah.
So I also want to mention you guys have released singles such as Woeful Wonder, Flames of Fury, and Whole Sizer Pulverizer.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Who created the names and, just that specific sound?
I come up with all the naming conventions, the lyrics and whatnot. These guys write all the music.
And we write as a group.
Yeah.
Everything happens up at the spot, and it all comes from wherever. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah, just throw them a song idea, like, how do you guys feel about this?
Yeah.
And every time they're just like, let's rock it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
And you guys are also currently on your way at Lefties to play with Macabre.
Macabre, yeah.
Macabre.
Yeah,
I'm very sorry if you're watching this.
No, they're cool. I love those guys. I've played with them a bit with my other group. They're incredible. They're from Wisconsin, just absolutely fucking shred.
Nice. And your debut show is at Lefties too, right?
Correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
With Cat's Claw.
Yeah. Lefties is like our home away from home for all of us. We're there all the time. It's
Right.
constant.
And would you consider that as like your home base for shows and stuff like that?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Around Des Moines, yeah. They treat us the best.
Awesome. I also wanted to ask, why did you choose the name Diezeleater?
Oh, that actually came from Diezeleater. I'm a brewer that's my job. I brew beer. And I had this beer a buddy brought back for me from Northern California. And one of the flavors hops can bring off is like, you describe it as like diesel, but it's like a kind of like a slick, like ultra dankness. And when I was years ago, I was like, it'd be sick to brew with a bunch of these hops called Diezeleater. Never got around to doing it, but then we started this project. Josh had asked me if I wanted to play bass, and I was like, sure. And then we were jamming. We wrote a few songs. We're like, well, what should we call this shit? And I was like, we're just looking through names. I was scrolling through this like tab I had, and I was like, Diezeleater? Sounds kind of, ignorant and death metal and dumb. So we're like, let's go.
Honestly, that's like the easiest part. Like finding the name was weirdly easy, and I know that's like so tough for bands, but like that for us was like we had that before we
definitely
made a song,
sticks.
Yeah.
It's better than just calling yourself Death Metal number 2 or something like that.
Got a lot more like actual grit to it. It's a thing you remember.
Yeah. Because what is it? Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Nobody-
Exactly. Yeah.
A Diesel Eater, like that's not possible, but now it is.
Exactly.
So who created the logo? It has a nice logo to it as well.
Yeah, it was my buddy Hadley. They're a really talented graphic artist, and he had done some work for me on some other projects, and I sent them our kind of concept and what we were looking for and kind of some inspiration we had, and they chefed it up, and it's fucking sick, and we've been using it since, you know? Obviously, it's only been like 2 years, but it's been pretty sick, so... Yeah, they did it for us. I think we had it back in like a week.
Yeah, it was a quick turnaround.
Yeah.
It was their first attempt at anything
It
metal.
was. They had never worked in like death metal or anything like that. Like it's usually different vibes they're working on, but
Yeah, he gave us like one quick sketch, and then we were like, "Yep, take that and take this kind of thing with it," and it came back just perfect.
Yeah. And I know that the logos they don't define the band, but it definitely is a huge part of recognizing who's who. And I really do not want to offend anyone on this, but some of the logos are really hard to read. So with your logo, it's slapped right on there, and you can tell it's death metal. It has a nice grunge to it, and it has the purple and green. Is that the official colors for it?
It kind of has turned into.
yeah, we've been incorporating that kind of into a lot of our stuff. But we've also been, you can see with our first 2 singles, that was all black and white. So we're using more of a pop of color going forward. Just like those really vibrant colors seem to be kind of more of kind of our vibe here, and it's more popular in general. So
Yeah.
Sticks out.
but yeah, not blue, but purple and green seems to be something that kind of makes us stick out a little bit.
Yeah. I want to know how the lineup originally started and how each member kept coming into the band.
So, I mean, it started with, we were just, like, working on, like, he would bring over guitars, I'd work on guitars and stuff, setting up guitars, and we'd just listen to a bunch of death metal. And Adam and I here in another band, it's a little bit more technical and whatnot, but we're just like, man, what if we just started, like, just a big riff death metal band?
Yeah.
And next thing you know, we start writing riffs, and then James here, and I mean, we all went to the same high school, so like it's been the same lineup from the jump. It was the four of us, and then Bo put in a vocal audition.
Bo was holding out on us.
Bo was holding out. He was afraid to put it in. We're like, what do you mean, dude? Like, this is incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is my first band, and I've known these fools since like high school. So they posted something like, "Oh, we need a vocalist. Show us what you got. Here's our little track."
Yeah.
And I did something. And I just like kind of sat on it for a couple months, and then they were still looking for one. I was like, "Shit, boys, this is what I got." And they're like, "Yeah, dude, let's fucking do it. Come up to the spot, try it out." And they're like, "Yeah, you got it if you want it."
Didn't we? Fuck, did we track No Couth like 2 or 3 months later?
It was
Not
so
even.
soon. The turnaround was so fast because No Couth was done instrumentally, and how fast lyrics and the performance of the vocals and everything came together was crazy. And then we were like, cool, it's ready,
Like,
and we tracked.
What I love about it is you can definitely tell, and that's no slight to you, but it's like if you listen to each single as it goes on, it's like vocally just gets more and more like cohesive, and
Yeah.
So like for someone just jumping in their first band, like it's impressive.
Yeah, it was
honestly.
literally like 2 rehearsals, and it was like, "You gotta track this, Bo. We gotta release this now."
Yeah. Is it okay? Is it okay if I ask who else auditioned for it? If there was anyone else who auditioned for it?
Yeah, we had some people interested, and we had a couple people submit stuff. Gosh, I don't even.
I don't think it was people that were very like. I don't think a lot of these people were also had other musical experience either. Like, they seemed like, I don't know. At least 2 of them were those like young
We were
kids.
familiar with them, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Like
Not
it was.
anything that they were doing was bad. It was just one thing, I know us being in a band for as long as we have, it's just we want people in the band that, we're friends with, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, when Bo came along, it was just like, the fact that he was that good was honestly like, whoa.
And
this
what
works.
came in too was just the way that his audition just fit. It clicked so much more than everything else we'd heard so far. We're like, that just has to be it.
Right.
It's not going to get in with what we're making any tighter than this.
Yeah, exactly. And if I could ask, your 3 top venues that you've played at and you love. Like, it doesn't have to be like you played at and you.
I don't know if
We're pretty new.
This would be the 3rd venue I think we've played at.
We've had a handful of shows, but it's just been mostly just at Lefties for us.
Yeah, it's about all we have in Des Moines for bands our size.
played
Lefties
the
and Helter
Octopus,
Shelter.
yeah.
We played the Octopus, and we play. We're playing at Cedar Falls next month.
With Dream Thief,
So
yeah.
that's Cedar Rapids.
Cedar Rapids. Yeah.
Okay. But you guys are expanding. You're new, but you're starting to expand. That's
Right,
why.
yeah, we're trying to play basically anywhere we can at this point.
Right.
Right.
We spent a lot of time more focusing on like the recording aspect and the like really just practicing to stay super, super tight. And we've
Yeah.
had a handful of shows and now we've got more under our belt, so we're ready to like just kind of kick into
Right.
it,
You didn't just want to be another cover band that no one cares about.
Yeah.
You can only play so many Cannibal Corpse songs.
Right. So now is the time to start getting out there and getting your name out there. But that's all that matters. If I can ask, has there been a show at Lefties that like really stuck? Like the show that really defined the band? Was it the first show? Like somewhere in the middle? The most recent one?
I mean, I would say the first one in a sense of just like, it just felt right. It was like, I think that would that may have been a situation for, I don't know, any of us that was like, oh, whether you're really feeling it or not. And I think we all left, pretty high spirits and we had a blast. So that one for me anyway.
And I think Josh and Adam want to be humble here, but they haven't even said it. Their other group, the Curse of Hail, which people are aware of. But I think people are also interested from our first show to see kind of what they could do outside of that. They had Telomere, but then also doing like Diezeleater is pretty much out of the realm.
Yeah.
Not too much out of the realm of like TCOH, but it is definitely more of, you'll hear it tonight, kind of what it is, but like heavier, yeah. Like people were super interested for that, but also just like, I don't know. Like I think we bring a really cool sound, and Des Moines was fucking ready for it. But I think every show we've played at Lefties has been a fucking banger. Like we've always like been playing with friends and meeting new people too. Like getting into like the more kind of hardcore side of the scene has been really fucking sick. What was the last show we played? That was with Psycho Stick. That shit was fucking... No, that was Diezeleater, right?
Yeah, that's Chris.
No, I was just there.
Yeah.
It was Ill Omen and Guilty of Treason.
Yeah, Ill Omen and Guilty up at Octopus. That was sick, dude. Guilty and Ill Omen are fucking fired. We're playing with Ill Omen next week. At Lefties, yeah.
That's gonna be super sick.
I interviewed both of them, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Dude, the first show definitely was a highlight, but I think the Octopus show was fucking sick too.
Yeah, it was such a tight hang. Like it wasn't a huge crowd, but it was such a good like vibe with all the bands that were there and just all of us. Like that meshed really well for that night. It was just a blast.
Yeah. And I have a few personal questions for each of you. So starting off with Bo, do you still play Valorant?
Actually, no, I don't. The fucking grind was too much. I couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
My mental. It fucked up my mental.
Right.
I got a Moral 3. I peaked a Moral 3.
That's all that matters, right?
Yeah, it's pretty fucking good.
I wanted to go into depth when it came to auditioning for it. They said that you were not really ready to put it out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I just never really done vocals, and then right before they were auditioning, I just really got the itch to like want to write music. I have some background drumming, but then I was like, fuck it, I bought a guitar, I bought a mic, I was like, I'm gonna do this shit all myself. And then I saw the audition come through, and I was like, fuck it, I don't know how to play guitar, so I'm just gonna do this.
Right. Well, yeah, what was the auditioning like? Like, did you have a script you had to sing? Did you have like your own thing you wanted to sing? What was it like?
Yeah, so they had the track released. I downloaded it, wrote some lyrics, and yeah, they liked the vibe of it. Ended up changing up the lyrics a bit to fit the original vibe of the band.
Right.
The original vibe of the band, it was going to be more of a like...
We were thinking about, going a little more theme route with it, but
Yeah.
it just never really, After that, it was like, you know what, dude, you're writing the lyrics.
Yeah.
It's whatever you want it to be about, man, so.
Yeah, so
So-
that really helped me. Because the original theme was going to be like wrench turner, gearhead, serial killer, named Diezeleater.
Yeah.
So some of those early lyrics, you could hear it if you dive a bit deeper into the lyrics. But now, it's just free game lyrically.
80 grit for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not only did you take the spot as the lead vocalist, you became the main writer when it comes to music.
Not music. Not music.
Well, the lyrics.
Yeah, lyrically, yeah. Yeah, just lyrically, vocally. I just do what I do. Just give it approval from them, and they always seem to sign off on it, so,
That's kind of the ethos of the band too. It's like we write together. Everyone is kind of responsible for their own parts, but we're also like collaborative if somebody has an idea for it. So like everyone has free reign, and we definitely let just Bo run with it, and like it's it. Yeah, that's what it is.
It kind of sucks when I interview people and then they do their warm-up set.
Yeah.
But
They're sick.
yeah, that it's great background music. But Josh, I wanted to ask you about Curse of Hail.
Yeah.
So that was your first band?
Yeah, that's the band. Actually, James and I started the band in high school, and Adam came along very shortly after. So, Adam and I have been playing music together for
Almost 20 fucking years.
Yeah. So, and that's what's kind of different is with TCOH is I write all the music and then, present it to the guys, and then they write, Adam writes his drums, Ben writes his bass, Ken does his vocals and lyrics. But with this, that's what was cool about this. It's just, 5 guys getting in a room and just whatever happens. So it was very refreshing. But, both bands are still, we coexist well. We share a practice spot, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But,
What about Curse of Hail did you grab and bring to this band?
Probably, I don't know. It's so much more like on the technical side. If anything, I had to train myself to not overthink riffs and kind of, I don't want to say dumb things down, but go more just kind of
Simple.
less wheedly and, more dun 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 type stuff. But I'd say that more than anything else was just, not overthinking it.
And this might seem weird, but on your profile picture, you and Adam have GTA-styled profile pictures. Is there a reason behind that?
Yeah, we have a shirt. TCUH has a shirt. Our vocalist had it made without us knowing it. He had a local artist basically put us. It's like a cover of a Grand Theft Auto video game.
Yeah.
And man, has that thing been a. We're kind of printing money with that bad boy. I'm not even gonna lie.
It's pretty badass.
It's awesome. Yeah, we couldn't believe it when he did it, and yeah, it's funny. And shout out to Tanner Saltzman, I believe is his last name.
Yeah.
He's an incredible artist in Des Moines.
Yeah.
Are you also a football fan?
Big football fan.
Do you have a prediction for this year's Super Bowl?
Oh man, I'm gonna keep my fucking mouth shut after last year. So go Chiefs, but we'll see.
Yeah. We will definitely see. Maybe they can redeem themselves.
I hope so.
This is a little bit of a generic question. I don't know if you know this is. Who's Ben?
Ben? So Ben is our bass player, and Ben is larger than life. So he's kind of his own person, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. He's done music stuff around Des Moines for, gosh,
15 or 16.
yeah, and he came into the band probably over 10 years ago now, and he would record bands, all that stuff, multi-instrumentalist, like incredibly talented kid, and man, yeah,
good guy.
he's the best, man.
All right.
I love that.
So Tyler, I have one simple question for you.
Sure.
What are the top 3 best Star Wars movies of all time?
I'm actually not a Star Wars fan.
You're not.
No.
You're really?
Yeah, no.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, I'm not a Star Wars fan at all, so.
Well, have you watched any Star Wars movies before?
I've seen pretty much all the mainline ones and whatnot. Just never been super into Star Wars.
Right.
If I'm going to have to pick something, I'm going to say the original 3 trilogy, though.
That's
out
pretty
of all
good.
of them I've seen, so.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You can't go wrong with the original 3. Yeah. Mark Hamill and all those guys. Oh, I'm very sorry. I don't have a lot on you. James, I wanted to go back. You do brew. You mentioned that. You brew.
I do brew, yes.
How long have you been brewing?
I've been brewing. It'll be maybe in a month or 2, 5 years professionally.
Have you done any of your own creations before?
Quite a lot, yeah. So the job I had, I'm at Lua Brewing right now. #1 brew pub in the nation, by the way.
Okay. Shout out.
Shout out. I was at Court Avenue. I was head brewer there, actually. So, yeah, all those recipes were mine. And I've brought... I've done my own stuff at Lua, too. I'm the lead brewer there. So, I mean, whatever. I'll brag on myself. But, yeah, so a lot of the barrel-aged projects in the last year and a half have been mine. And, yeah, I've input on a lot of it. I take care of the QC, the QA, the barrel program, the cellar, all kinds of shit.
Fun?
It's amazing, yeah. It's the best job. I can't imagine, honestly, doing anything besides that. I mean, I get to fucking play with beer and do science every day, and then fucking at night, I get to play a bunch of fucking death metal. So
That's a pretty good
sick.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
You get to
And
make...
my wife is extremely accommodating, so that's also good, too.
You get to make beer and drink beer.
Yeah, I would say I'd probably drink more than I make it. But yeah.
What goes into making a beer? Like is it batches or is it just beer at a time?
I mean, we brewed quite a bit. Yeah. Like, what do you mean?
Well, like when you make beer, does it go one bottle at a time or a whole batch at a time?
No. Yeah, we brewed 20 barrels.
Damn!
Yeah, a barrel is 31 gallons, so you're looking at... Oh, my God.
Over the legal limit?
Yeah, it'd be 620 gallons, I think. Maybe my math is wrong on that.
Either way, that's a lot of beer.
Yeah, it is. It's actually not a lot of beer. All things considering, we're a smaller brew pub. We only make... Last year we made 1,200 barrels per year, but you would have fucking Miller. They make millions of barrels a year.
Yeah.
But we keep our people happy. We keep them fed. I keep the band happy and drunk, so that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it's batches at a time. Yeah.
Are you also into photography?
I am. I was a professional photographer for a minute.
Yeah.
I do most of the band's photography too. Not like live stuff, but most of the video content, the photos, that's all me taking that was another reason joining this project was to kind of reignite passion for photography. I had some of that with beer, but beer's taken a lot of my time, and so I didn't get to do as much of that with that. And also, product photography is a lot different than, people.
Yeah.
So, Bo's an accomplished photographer too. So both of us on here is fucking sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. What can you say about Sylvan Esso?
Oh, Sylvan Esso, they're fucking awesome, dude. I saw them. Fuck.
You did?
12 years. No, yeah. Damn. Maybe 12 years ago, 10 years ago at Woolies. That was awesome. Yeah, their first album is very important to me. That's me and my buddy Dave, Josh and Dave have been friends since middle school, I think. We bonded over musicians. What was it?
Musician's friend count.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Because we were both getting into guitar around the same time. Josh took that way further than I did.
Awesome.
But, yeah, Sylvan Esso is, they're kind of like indie electronica, but that first album is still, I jam it all the time. It's very important to me. Yeah. It's fun that you brought that up.
Yeah. Are you more of a John Marston or an Arthur Morgan fan?
Probably, I guess Arthur Morgan. I didn't play the first one.
Oh.
And I played, so actually when I started playing that game, 20 hours in, I broke my back. So I was bedridden for like 2 weeks, and I actually dropped that game. Tyler might be mad at me for this, but I dropped that game probably like halfway through it. I just couldn't do it anymore. I was like, I'm sick of this. I was like, I know it's supposed to have like a really good payoff and stuff, but I stopped playing that, and then I picked up Cyberpunk.
Okay.
But yeah, Arthur is fucking great. I really like that character.
Yeah.
Maybe one of these days I'll pick it back up.
Maybe. But still a great game.
Very much agree. Yeah, it was fun. It just started to... I needed more action in my life. I needed more, I don't know, gunplay. Those cyberistic guns are fucking sick, and I'm a big Fallout guy, too, so gunplay is pretty important to me, and I was getting sick of just using a fucking hunting rifle.
Yeah. Which Fallout?
New Vegas is my favorite.
Thank you.
Correct.
Yes.
Thank you.
Correct.
4 I thought was super fun, except for I didn't like the story, but I loved, like I said, the gunplay.
Yeah, graphics.
Yeah, the graphics were as good as a Bethesda game gets. And yeah, just wandering around. That was way more interesting to me than the story. I didn't finish it, but I didn't like it as much as I thought Fallout 3 was the better story. New Vegas is the best.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Correct.
But yeah, I love that shit.
Yeah.
I game quite a bit. I mainly, it's just the way I listen to music too. I listen to the hits. I fucking play the hits. I'm not super adventurous when it comes to that stuff, but
Yeah. Yeah. Good video games.
yeah, absolutely.
All right, Adam. And I want to start off. You have the longest name
I do.
I've ever seen. And I don't want you to say it out loud unless you really want to. If you want to.
Yeah, it's fine. No, yeah, my last name is Bajinski, which is the most rudely Polish bullshit in the world. So it's 11 letters and only 2 of them are vowels.
Yeah.
Which is rude. It's just a bad call.
You have 2 middle names, don't you?
I do. I have my our family does the whole thing. I have my dad and my grandfather's name as middle names because they just decided to go that route because my dad had his dad's and then he was like, you get both.
Wow.
So maybe I'll have another and give him 5. We'll get it all together.
Yeah.
Bro's got a special character in his name.
Yeah, for real.
You used to own horses and goats?
Yeah, my parents live out in the country, so they have an area for it. And my sister was always into horses, and so like we were around them a lot. And when we moved out there, we got a couple horses, and we got a goat, which actually we got because my oldest sister was getting married, and for the bachelor party for her husband, they were like, it'd be funny if we got a goat and brought him into the backyard here in the city.
Yeah.
And so they just did that. They found a free goat and brought it to a backyard in the middle of Des Moines. And then they were like, this needs to go somewhere where they can keep a goat. And so they found my parents and gave them a goat. And then we had a goat for like 15 years.
Wow. I mean, free goat.
Yeah.
Tommy?
Yeah, it was Tommy. Yeah, it was a very good goat.
that goat.
But yeah. You used to sell T-shirts for $10. Curse of Hail.
Yeah, we back when we had the earliest, I guess, that'd be way back in like the first couple Prince of them days, I think.
The shark T-shirt.
Yeah, those were the greatest.
Those were actually, you know what's amazing is one of Ben, our bassist, he went to a Plato's Closet in town and found one of those again. It's been out of nowhere, and it's the most insane thing because I hadn't seen one in so long.
What did they sell it for?
It was like I think
he
it was
paid more for it.
Yeah, I think he bought it for like $15 or $20, but like he saw it and he was like, no matter how much this is, it's coming home with me. Like we have to have it.
That was the early days too.
Yeah.
So what was printing like?
I mean,
Kenny hooked that one up.
Yeah. That was all Ken, our vocalist. He was just like, because I mean, the very first shirts we ever made with that band, we did through What It Was Your.
A Broken Arrow.
Yeah, which family for him, and then we got that for a while, and then Ken was like, "Hey, I have a great deal on these," and we had the dumbest idea, and we got them, and they were perfect.
Yeah.
Which
Skyrim race is the best?
probably, I mean. Dunmer is the obvious answer because it's actually the best, but I do most often play as a Khajiit just because I want to beat the hell out of things with claws because it's great.
Yeah. It's true. I used to play a Khajiit all the time.
Yeah.
So, it's no doubt. It's also iconic.
Yeah, absolutely. You really can't go wrong. Also, I've been playing Oblivion like crazy, the remaster.
Oh.
I can't stop. It's literally all I think about anymore. And I did play as a Dunmer for the first one, but I will come back and play it as a Khajiit.
Okay. Do you guys... All right, so this is the final few questions I have for you guys because I know you got to get back up there. Do you guys plan on visiting a few more states or plan on sticking to Iowa and doing a lot more venues around here?
I mean, if the opportunities come, we're all dudes in our fucking late 20s, 30s, so we're coordinating some of that stuff is difficult, but if we can make it happen and it works for on our schedules, for sure. I mean, I'd love to play the Twin Cities.
Yeah.
Or Omaha would be sick. I love Omaha. Anywhere in the Midwest, really.
Yeah.
We get some homies in Chicago. That'd be sick to hook it up there. But I don't see us going to California anytime soon. But hey, you never know. We throw a few $100 down for that van rental.
Yeah, right.
We'll let her rip.
Right. Who is Reed?
Oh, yeah. He's our boy. That's Bo. Yeah, I should talk about that. He hooked us up.
Reed's my homeboy. He's sort of our... Would you call him a producer our producer? Yeah, he mixes masters, everything for us, and he's done a lot of concert photography for us. So, shout out Reed Warman Music.
Talented musician in his own right too.
Yeah, shout out Spectrum as well.
Yep.
Great dude.
Yeah. And I also want to ask the future for Diezeleater. We just talked about it. You guys have planned on doing a lot of things closer to the Midwest and Iowa. What about albums and more songs because you're releasing stuff? Is there anything else we can see?
We have in probably late June, early July, we are releasing an EP. It'll be the last few songs we've done and a brand new song, which we're actually playing tonight. But once we have that recorded, we'll start working on... Oh my God, is that a cat?
Yes, that's the cat that I was talking about.
Oh my God, I love you. She looks like my first cat when I was a kid. That's a Russian blue, I think. Oh my God.
I hope the camera catches that because I have it on film when I did Exiled.
Oh my God. But yeah, we have an album or an EP, 6 songs that'll be coming out June or July. We're gonna get it out this summer. We have the artwork actually already done. Some merch is in works too, and then we're gonna get it pressed. Definitely CDs.
Yep.
We thought about, I don't know, maybe tapes or vinyl, but we'll see what the final cost is on everything. But definitely doing a small run of CDs, and we'll see. Look at this baby! Oh my God!
I'll let you hang out with it.
I need to get a picture of this for Grace. You're beautiful.
I'm gonna ask the final question over here.
Yeah.
What is something you would tell the young and aspiring musicians who really? Oh, hello. Welcome back.
This cat's amazing.
What would you tell the young and aspiring musicians? All right. What would you tell the young and aspiring musicians who really want to do what you guys do and go out and play and just be themselves?
Make the music that you want to make. Don't make the music that is a thing that you hear that is gaining traction, that's a thing that you think is going to blow you up and get you like popularity or whatever. If you want to enjoy what you're doing, make the music you want to make, because when you go and play it, you're going to have fun.
Yep.
And you're going to fucking love the experience, and people are going to enjoy you a lot more because you're being genuine with your stuff. A lot of people try and make bands, even in the metal community, people try to make bands and they're like, I want to capitalize on this thing that's cool now. I want to capitalize on this meme. Sometimes it works. Cool, that's fine. But you're not getting Yeah, you're not getting longevity of like making something you care about, and you're not getting this like the actual satisfaction that comes from enjoying what you're creating.
Right.
Yeah, I'd say that, and just be accountable. It's hard to get a group of guys, especially, at our age, in a room together. So, just remember that. Like, you're doing this together. If you got band practice, you got band practice.
Right.
That is what it is, and it's fun. That's the thing, and it's tough. Everyone's got stuff going on, but yeah, just be accountable and have fun. That's it. Have fun.
Right. It's all about, be passionate about it. If you're passionate about it, then do it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there's a reason him and I have been in the same band for almost 20 fucking years now. We just enjoy making that music, and that's the same with Diezeleater. It kicks ass. We're gonna keep it up,
All right. Well, thank you, Diezeleater, so much for being with me. This is awesome. I hope you guys have a good set up there. We will see you in the next interview.